At the 2015 IAAF World Athletics Championships in Beijing, Allyson Felix of the USA claimed her 9th World Championship gold medal. In doing so, Felix became the most successful female athlete in the history of the World Championships, as well as the most successful American athlete, surpassing the 8 gold medals of Carl Lewis and Michael Johnson. So take a moment now to enjoy our countdown as we reflect on the glittering individual performances of track and field's Golden Girl. Number 5. Women's 100 meters, Debrecen, 2001. Allyson Felix first showcased her athletic gifts on the global stage at the World Youth Championships in Debrecen 2001, where she contested the 100 meters. Felix progressed to the final, and for the first time the world witnessed what would become a familiar sight in years to come, Felix pulling clear of the field to claim World Championship gold. Number 4. Women's 200 meters, Helsinki 2005. Allyson Felix entered the 2005 World Athletics Championships as the reigning Olympic silver medalist, having finished as runner-up to Jamaica's Veronica Campbell the year before. Felix set a world junior record for 200 meters during the course of that run, and having beaten Campbell the month before Helsinki, the American was a slight favourite here. A fascinating duel lay ahead. At the gun, Campbell got a brilliant start, blasted around the bend and led her rivals by a metre at the halfway stage. But she had put too much into the curve and began to fade badly, even straying into lane 8, but Christine Aaron took up the lead with 50 metres to go. But the relaxed form of Felix came to the fore and she cruised to her first senior global crown. Aged just 19 years, 267 days, Felix became the youngest ever winner of a world sprint title. Number 3. Women's 400 metres, Beijing 2015. Allyson Felix's accomplishments on the track cement her position as one of the best combination sprinters in the history of athletics. Yet despite claiming IAAF Diamond League crowns in both the 200 and 400 in 2010, Felix's burgeoning trophy cabinet was missing a global title in the one-lap event. Felix had qualified for the USA team in both the 200 and 400 metres and was the world leader in both events. She opted for the 400 metres and it proved to be an inspired choice. Felix banished any doubts that her relative lack of experience may count against her. She duly made the final and blasted out of the blocks in lane 6, leaving her rivals shell-shocked. Felix then demonstrated her tactical prowess by relaxing through the middle phase of the race. While she was allowing her rivals to get back in contention, Felix was also ensuring that she had plenty in reserve for a strong finish. Approaching the home straight, Felix put the hammer down once again, powering away from the rest of the field. She broke the tape in first place to claim her first world title in the 400 metres, making Felix the first woman to claim World Championship gold medals in the 200 and 400 metres. It was her 9th world title overall, breaking her tie with Carl Lewis and Michael Johnson to make her the most successful US athlete in the history of the IAAF World Athletics Championships. Her time of 49.26 seconds was a new lifetime best by 0.33 seconds and the fastest time in the world since 2012. Number 2. Women's 200 metres, Berlin 2009. Allyson Felix was aiming for an unprecedented hat-trick at the 2009 IAAF World Championships as she looked to retain her 200-metre title once again. But she was nursing the disappointment of a second successive Olympic silver after Veronica Campbell Brown defended her 200-metre Olympic crown at the Bird's Nest in 2008. Once again, Felix and Campbell Brown were the two principals in this battle for supremacy in the long sprint. Running one lane inside Felix, Campbell Brown took early advantage of her favourable lane draw and used the American as her guide to eke out an early lead. But Felix remained calm and gradually reeled in Campbell Brown, passing her just beyond the midpoint of the race. It was a decisive move. Felix's lead was never challenged and grew in the closing stages. Felix had successfully defended her world title, exercising the torment of her second-place finish at the Beijing Olympics. She also claimed another piece of athletics history by becoming the first woman to claim 3 consecutive World Championship golds. Number 1. Women's 200 metres, Osaka 2007. At the IAAF World Athletics Championships in Osaka 2007, Allyson Felix was a firm favourite to retain her title. Her world-leading season's best time of 22.18 seconds was a fifth of a second quicker than that of her closest rival. But despite the form guide pointing so strongly in the Americans' favour, few could have anticipated the utterly dominant performance that was to come. Once again, Veronica Campbell figured to be the main threat to Felix's ambitions to defend her crown. After an even start, Felix and Campbell matched one another stride for stride through the curve, and at the midpoint of the race, the Jamaican had a slight advantage. But then Felix produced a display of power and speed endurance that was simply astonishing, pulling away from the reigning Olympic champion to win by 5 metres. Felix broke the 22-second barrier for the first time. Her winning mark lowered her PB by an astonishing 0.3 seconds and was the fastest time of the 21st century. Her margin of victory was the largest at a global 200-metre final since 1948. We hope you've enjoyed our look back at these top moments. What do you think? Let us know your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more great athletics content and visit IAAF.org for the latest news, updates and information from the world of athletics.